It's been a while since I actually got back to this game, not gonna lie, because it didn't really interest me initially still, but I feel like I want to go back to it because I'm currently freaking depressed. And why not play a depressing game from what I've heard while I'm fucking real screwed up in the head right now? Solid warning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I'd forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. Eh? Hi? This is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the third room this year that I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around here remind me that indeed it's me who is supposed to be the one living here. My bags on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on a night table. I have stopped taking my meds because it's only made me worse. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating until I open a bottle, shake out a pill, and pop out a tablet from a foil sheet. I down them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on my nails and woke up. New school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one, a natural one. It feels like a school uniform as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school. Except for the people. Wow. I mean, it's not like I remember everything about the story. I do remember from my first playthrough that I did, like, last year? That this school is just essentially a bunch of misfits. People who are struggling with something, basically people who are just a burden on others. I have no problem being that, by the way. I've tried my best, but well, at some point you just gotta fucking accept it. If they aren't gonna accept if others aren't gonna let me try and help because they believe I will be unqualified, then I simply will be. And I'll just get paid by doing jack shit. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday. Misha's constant laughter, and she's in his sweeping sign language gestures. Man, I still need to learn sign language. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. I also want to at least learn sign language so that way, I don't know, I have more to do with my hands when I talk rather than just sit around and doing nothing. That way, I figured that maybe if I learn how to, perhaps people are like them or what passes normal around here, if I learn sign language, I can gesture with my hands and feel like I'm actually active and talking, and that way I'm not just slumping, arms down, just monologuing, but having like hands talk, doing like stuff like think, and I've seen like sign language before and it feels really active. I'm not doing names though, that feels painful to do. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. I've never joined a club. Well, I joined a math club once, because apparently that stuff might benefit me and stuff, so I decided, you know what, screw it, why don't I just do a math club? I'm pretty good at math, and not gonna lie, I did pretty okay-ish. I mean, like, it was a freaking competition. I sucked at all of it. Like, I mean, like, there were some things I knew and understood and had to figure out on the fly because some of the questions were just like, yeah, no, none of this crap is covered in class at all. Nor some of the problems. I have to, like, figure it out myself. Freaking closest prime number to, like, 2000, and then we'll call A, then multiply, like, like, what the hell was all that? Finding prime numbers is already hard enough as is. Did they expect us to memorize the first few 100,000 of them? All through class, the question remains on my mind, so I decided to ask Shizune about when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down so that the top is perfect and evenly flat. Yeah, that's something I'd honestly do as well. And the little subtle movement there in the slide there, what the heck? That's actually surprisingly amazing. I've never been able to figure out how to do that with Ren P. Sorry, Shi-chan. Is there anything you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, He-chan. I mean, like, okay, I'm thinking too much about Japanese now. I'm stupid. My first thought is that she means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. Oh, that's right. Everyone's encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. Like a retirement home? I know I'm sending my parents to one. There are also school events, like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So, you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. I don't know, He-chan. The truth is, it's a local event and I'm not from this area. So... She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. I wonder what that would honestly look like in sign language. What would it look like if you're like asking someone for like help, get me out of this? Like what would it look like? That feel like, here's the thing, you can visually see them you can physically see their desperation if they're genuinely like, you know, they're whatnot. That'd be funny. Honestly, if anyone ever makes like an anime of this, if anyone actually decides to pour their time into it, you know, maybe that's a side project I might do one day. Not that I can figure out how to translate this. I'd rather like go to the original creators, ask them about like what it looks like. Probably also like I'm gonna also have to study sign language as well before I even animate it. So yeah, that's gonna suck. She's gonna adjust her glasses at the end of the oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavy. I see. Huh? Oh. Who cares? Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune's words at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning to look at her direction. That's so loud. Well, I mean, not like it matters. Let them look. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind a festival will inevitably change with time. The new generation is incredibly stupid. I'm gonna say it right now. The new generation is incredibly stupid. My sister constantly asks the most stupidest questions, and then with my videos, I'm not even gonna fucking lie. It's like this. It's like I'm guaranteed, like, everybody my sister is definitely an example of the stereotypical new generation who's generally stupid, except my sister is a bit more brighter. So I don't know, I guess in regards to my family, we're just brighter than our current generation, but stupider than the previous one. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Now it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. I actually went to the state fair recently, and the delicious food there, I probably could have bought a lot of it, but I don't have a job. I can't. Like, do you know how expensive fast food and all that stuff is? There's like so much delicious food. Like there were like onion rings, hot dogs, burgers. I didn't buy a burger. I made my own burger today. Or yesterday actually, before I went to sleep. And it was so tasty, but I didn't get to try like someone else making some delicious, like with some lettuce, tomato, delicious creamy cheese melting in your mouth. That stuff. I wish I had that. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his long wooden pointer against his palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Okay, boomer, fine, we'll take a seat. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quietly quickly quiets down. Holy crap, I like to stutter. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though brushing it off without a care. Well, I mean, she is silent. All she does is sign. In fact, that's another way to communicate. It's not like anybody ever fucking cares about, like, sign language anyway. I don't feel like, I've never seen sign language that often. So, like, if you sign something obscene to someone else, I don't think, if you're gonna, I feel like you can sign an insult towards someone and nobody would know it except between whoever's making freaking ninjutsu signs between us. So, you know, that's another benefit aside from, you know, learning languages in general. It's free encrypted messages. It's not like it's like an entirely different. I don't know what to say. I'm stupid. Anyways, we're in the middle of class and should start working. That's right, Shi-chan. That's right. Hee-chan, are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? Yeah. It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious gaze exchange between them. Misha's tone has also changed. Although it does that every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl. Go. Why doesn't he say anything? Hee-chan, is there something wrong? Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or is Misha just looking at me, looking at the girl who left? No, nothing. Okay, well, like we were asking, you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Do you want to go have lunch then? Sure. Yay! Wahaha! Okay, Hee-chan, perfect! Okay. What are your plans? What clubs are still available? I still haven't gotten that question answered, have I? Probably will eventually. The rest of class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Should I presume that, like, she's struggling with something, like she needs to go to, like, the in-school... wasn't there, like, since the schools... I remember the school being built for, you know, the students specifically, so then... Maybe she just went to, like, a nearby help or specialist or whatever who's just there to help. Before I have the time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it all. It's not a contest or anything. I do not care about schoolwork. Especially homework. I'll do the work at school, but if you bring it back home, I don't think I should say anymore because I'll get another frickin'... I'm gonna get the cops at my front door again. Really? Really? I've noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really, Shizune can hear me, but it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing. It will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, Hee-chan? Very sure. You're wrong, Hee-chan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to prove. Why on earth do I want to be more capable? I'd rather be an idiot that everybody caters to, alright? Like, sure, I'll be considered worthless, and people will consider me a drain on society, but I mean, like, every time I'm freaking capable, people come to me constantly for help, for no good fucking reason, and I hate it. They ask me every stupid question because as soon as you're capable, you just become the expert instantly. Doesn't matter if you are an actual expert. This is why I became the tech guy in my family. I just happen to know how to use Google to look up problems and solve it myself by looking at what others have done, and then I became tech guy. because I know how to use Google. Shizune pushed up her glasses on the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. And honestly, it is frustrating. I'd rather be known as worthless. Don't bother me, alright? Like, I want to help, but I don't want to be annoyed nor the tool, the automatic go-to person. Please figure out how to sell things yourself. You guys do have critical thinking as human beings, right? But no, I'd almost forgot that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Also, that is one unique-ass painting. It's a face. Where do you want to eat? In cafeteria? That's so plain. Okay, let's go. I mean, where else? It's not even gonna sit at the roof. The call of the abyss would bother me while I eat. I like to eat outside, near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there is a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shizune and Misha pulled me towards a cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classroom or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had boxed lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left earlier. So, Hee-chan, you wanted to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right, Shi-chan. Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again, and Misha straightens her posture as if she's about to deliver a speech. Hee-chan, do you have anything you're really interested in? Nope. I mean, honestly, it's like, robots are nice, and writing's cool, and doing community service wasn't so bad, honestly. I joined a community service club out of a technicality, and I stayed after school, packaged some food mainly. I'm a good packager, I'll tell you that. Pretty sure we made, like, literally about 1,000 meals in a day when I packaged quite a bit of food. And also figure out how to package as much food as possible in a box. Like, I just looked at the container and I just went like, screw it, I know how to do it just based on geometry and whatnot. And not like I'm literally fucking doing math in my head. I'm just like, this shape would probably fit better because it's like triangle on like the side. So just do a little jiggly jiggly Tetris here. I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. Oh, I used to play soccer too. Actually, here's the thing. I didn't get to kick the ball because the ball was always away from me. It was just like a public, anyone can join anytime and do whatever the hell they want. So, you know, technically I did play soccer, but I didn't actually play soccer. I was mostly just standing there, just like waiting for the ball to come to me, and then I kick it, trying to get it to a goal. But there is a book club, right, Shi-chan? Right, but it seems like they all have the members they can possibly have right now. Sorry, Hee-chan, it's a very popular club. Okay, but more to the point, Hee-chan, does this mean that you don't have anything already in mind? I would have liked to play soccer a bit more though, honestly. Being able to do things with your feet feels nice. Just like the dexterity and being able to, like, kick something with precise accuracy. We're built for throwing, not kicking. That feels like pretty good shit. Oh, good. Okay, that's great, Hee-chan. Really great. Ha ha ha. Wah ha 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 ha. That's 4 ha's. Alright. Or was it 5? Alright. Why is it so great? No reason. Well, Hee-chan, other than clubs and upcoming festival, there is one other thing. Student council. Oh, fuck me. I see. I didn't know this school had a student council. That's a really melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this because Shi-chan looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha is laughing. Shizune quickly retakes control of the discussion in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has to voice whatever she says. Right. Hee-chan, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join. But I don't, like, here's the thing, I like helping people, but no, I hate paperwork. Why? Well, for one thing, we could hang out every day, Hee-chan. Shi-chan and Nara are both in the student council. Actually, Shi-chan's the president. I'm starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As if reading my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and decides to be Misha. Of course, we're not trying to get you to join just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council and therefore have an incentive to try and get you to... So they're saying you're admitting that... No, we admit nothing. I mean, Hee-chan, of course it'd be nice if you joined and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one's school. I do not care about school. I hate it. All the fucking homework sucks. And also, until high school, you really don't get to see anybody respectful. And also, people are just fucking cunts. Alright? Every single moment I had to sit in the cafeteria and then some fucking dumbass jock-like person who was skinny as all hell going, hey, can you move over? Can you like move the fuck over? And it's just like, bro, I'm already sitting here. I'm trying to enjoy a goddamn meal. Why the fuck do you have to move for all your friends? Just go find some other goddamn place. But they had to come to me and specifically bother me. And you know, saying no is not enough because those fuckers are entitled as fuck. Every single moment in my life, I was just like looking at the chair next to me, and I'm just like, I'm gonna Jackie Chan you, except it's gonna be fucking rated real goddamn mature for all the blood I'm about to splatter. I hate school. I hate everybody in it. And even though high school is technically supposed to be the time when kids are the most mature, they still fucking suck. It's just like, you gotta punch them. Corporal punishment ain't enough. They need to be fucking wrung out. Yep, it's true, Hee-chan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hee-chan? I can't tell if she's being genuine or if this is just really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they are already pretty cute to begin with. They're bad. But so it's settled then. Welcome to student council, Hee-chan. Okay. What? No. Aw, see, Shi-chan? Of course it wouldn't go so easily. Yeah, that's right. Though, it would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Shi-chan owes me candy now. You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. Wahaha, that's interesting, Hee-chan. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Hee-chan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Why not? Oh, because you two both have the same incentive and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yep. Yeah, that is my goal. Well, what this means is that both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage. So I'll have to decline. Yeah, I guess I do read this slow, even with English. I guess I shouldn't be harping on myself when I read. Well, no, I can read English just fine. I just have to read it out loud. That's the thing that sucks. I can read just fine, but alright, well, I guess I do suck at reading Japanese. But alright, that's just another tangent thought I just have. Hee-chan, I'm really offended. Are you saying that you don't trust us and then we put something disingenuous? That makes me sad. Sorry? It's hard to tell whether Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join No! How about a game of paper football instead of rich man, poor man? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle and you try to shoot it past goalposts that the other player makes with their fingers. Oh man, I remember that. I used to make a lot of origami as a kid. I used to be able to create like very, very complicated mechanics as a kid. They're just tutorials online. I remember like Rob's World. I don't know if anybody else knows what that is or remembers, but that's where I learned a lot of my origami from. And I remember making like a lot of paper, like origami bunnies. But I've since forgotten the recipes, so it's just a long past memory. I still have some sense of papercraft, but memorizing all those complicated recipes I've unfortunately forgot. It's fun, but yeah. Also, back to the origami thing. The teachers hated it. The students thought it was cool, but most of the teachers thought like, why the fuck do you do that? Like, what the heck? That's so weird. And it was just like, go fuck yourself, you old piece of shit. You're completely pathetic except for the fucking knowledge that you provide, and honestly, all of it comes in the form of a textbook that you just read line by line anyway, so go fuck yourself. Unless they're a good teacher. But otherwise, most of them are pieces of shit that need to be roundhouse kicked in the head. Give them a nice concussion. Hopefully they suffer from heart disease or something. Hopefully they suffer from inconstitution. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hee-chan. Yeah, I have a lot of trauma at school. Got anything to say about it? It's also played by elementary and middle school students, Hee-chan. Wahaha. It means it's a game, blah, blah, blah. More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyways, I'm not gonna play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. That is deductive as hell. I never actually considered that. He's already deduced what the heck these people are good at in the little tricks and games they're trying to play. Which actually, that reminds me, I remember somebody challenging me, when I was more into the VTuber community, somebody asked me to play Koala Kart, an online child's game where we basically do quick addition as soon as possible, or quick counting actually, and then click on the number that it is as fast as possible. Which, I then said, alright, I beat him because, like, he was just making a public challenge, just like, whoever can beat me, I dare anybody to challenge me and beat me. I was just like, oh, really? I am a math genius, you motherfucker. You want to challenge me, a complete random stranger online who just came across your tweet? Sure thing. And then I kicked his ass. Then I was just like, damn, you should join my Koala Kart clan. And I was just like, oh, you want me to join? That feels like a bit of a pain though. I'm not gonna join, or like, I don't want to do that. It's like a fun thing, but I don't want to do that. Besides, I don't think anyone's gonna join or play it aside from people like me. Then I was just like, all right, fine. If I lose any 2 matches consecutive, if I'm gonna play 2 match or 3 matches, I don't remember. And if you beat me in even 1 match, like, that's how cocky I was. And I was just like, again, I was just like gonna go, alright, if you can beat me even once, then I'll join your clan. If not, well, I'm not gonna join your clan. So, and then he took that bet. I was just like, well, alright. What's the worst that can happen? And unfortunately, my PC was not gamer enough to handle it. So, you know, I beat him round 1 easy peasy, no problem. Or was it? No, I don't even think I got past round 1 because I don't remember if it was round 1 or round 2. But my computer just started freaking lagging. So it's just like, I slowed down so goddamn much. I hate hard disk drives so much. And my computer was just like so goddamn slow, and I just lost by a landslide. So I was just like, well, you know that bet that you made? And I was just like, yeah, you know, not even gonna lie, I also misclicked a few times, so even though I did lag, yeah. That's true, how did you know, Hichan? Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that too readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Oh, probably not. Okay, Hichan, how about Risk, the game of world domination? I don't know what that is. I still don't know how to play that game, honestly. I tried to play the board game, I was just like, what the heck is going on? Play the online game too, and it's like, still don't know what the hell's going on. Fight for control of the world with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. If you want to play, we can play after school. Oh yeah, I guess she would be, since she's like the nerd, glasses, you know. Therefore, she would be pretty good at like strategy games like that. So I definitely get my ass kicked. So no. Really, Shi-chan? Can you just play for fun, Hichan? Shi-chan hasn't played in a long time. So if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay, perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room then, Hichan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. Clever. I grimace to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end, I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. Oh shit. Alright, completely forgot she has like a burn on like the right side of her face. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits on her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be too nosy. I don't want to be nosy. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobbying, latch on at me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a bit offended, but I've been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people had made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel really comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transferred to his cell. What's wrong, Hee-chan? That's right, we're just gonna play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know, Misha, this all seems a little sinister to me. I'm starting to think that when we sit down to play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Now that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it just seems like it would be so plausible. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. So that floor is nice. What? That's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me seems a little silly. That's not true, Hee-chan. Shi-chan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull out superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened. Expression unchanging, Misha signs something amusedly to Shizune, which makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerfully. Stop that, I know you heard me, you have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it is quite large, maybe even a little larger than the classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side as well. Extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, this room doesn't seem to have much else to offer, just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves attached with old-school records and documents, not much else, in fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could have at least put a plot of plant in here or something, but the most noticeable thing is that this room doesn't have as other people. Are we early? Nope. What do you mean, no? Does it mean nobody else is coming us today? Yeah, that's right. Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. Hee-chan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, and you have to. Hahaha, okay, do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from 2 fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Shi-chan wants you to know that you are taking too long to make a move. Shi-chan also says that she'll let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. Anyway, no! Shi-chan admires your fighting student would be a benevolent dictator who will spare your people of your joy. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. You're so competitive, Shizune. You just take this as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. I don't know what that word means. I feel like it means more based on the context, not contest. More... I don't know. Screw it. Magnanimous? She doesn't seem to know what the word means or how. Okay, I guess I'm stupid as her. Okay, that's... At least I'm not the only stupid person here. So she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune, who in return signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index finger against her temples as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Ah, wait, please don't slow down, Shi-chan. Shi-chan says you're going to lose. Tell her I will crush her world empire with my rebellion. Ah, okay. Those eyes of hers shine with childlike mischief. You say you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't. Okay, crap. Let's... return here. She has a point. Attack aggressively. It's a trap. It's smarter to play offensively. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to play defensively because she's been playing pretty aggressively since. Plus, with Risk, I remember just getting fucked so quickly. It's like she's just trying to psych me out. Looking at the board again, I have a pretty good defense setup. I'm not gonna wreck it doing something reckless. A few turns later, I lose the game. She's laying adjusts her glasses, victoriously allows herself to natively pump a fist in the air in celebration. Hey Chan, you lost when you allowed me to take North America. I mean Shi-chan, not me. I'm not sure North America is ambitious because it provides a 5 army bonus, but you can attack from it from 3 fronts, so you must defend them all. Dang. I thought you had more guts. How disappointing. Ambition, He-chan. Your play needs to be more daring. Ambition, ambition. Unfortunately, I'm not an ambitious person. I was really excited when you took South America, but you switched to playing defensively just because you gained a small advantage. That's no good, He-chan. You didn't take enough risks, and when you did, you didn't follow through. That's terrible, He-chan. Damn, what's it to her if I play too carefully? There's no need to rub it in my face. Wonder if you'd be any good for the student council. What's this? Reverse psychology? Guess I don't have to worry about joining or not in that case. And I'm just like that? I expected more of you. Seriously, is Shizune trying to taunt me into joining the council? Besides, I don't even want to join. It's only my 2nd day. I can't make that kind of commitment. I haven't even taken a look at any other clubs yet. And these two, they're a little weird. Fine, I'll consider joining the council, but I want to take a look at the other clubs before I decide. Really, He-chan? You're not just saying that to make us feel better? Yeah, I'm just not sure that I want to. Aww. Okay, He-chan, but we're not gonna give up so easily. You said maybe. There's still a chance you'll come around. Come on, we could really have fun. We could play more Risk and maybe one day you could beat me. Unless we graduate before that. And that doesn't make me feel any less reluctant about joining, you know. Wahaha! Surely you aren't that horrible at board games. Maybe we can play a game, you know then, to give you a handicap. I might have said that just to make you feel better after all. Oh, that's cold, He-chan. I take a glance at the clock at the wall, realize I've spent far longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I wanted to go to the library. It's not closed, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. Should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Shi-chan. We think the library is open. It's on the 2nd floor. Can't miss it. You want us to show you where it is? No thanks, it's okay. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Yep, let's go. 1 flight of stairs up and I run to proms. The 2nd floor hallway is a carbon copy of the 3rd floor one. Wide, of course, and plain like only hallways can be. Problem is that the library's whereabouts is not as easily determined as one would think. Classrooms are marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but then there's a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them, or is it just somewhere down the hallway? I bet on the latter and choose my direction at random. After I turn around the corner, an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either, though, just barely ajar so I can see it's open, nothing else. It would make sense for the library door to be invitingly open, and while this one is not quite that, it's good enough. At the very least, it means that someone's inside and I can ask for directions, no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly push on the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at a moment's notice. A feeling of being an outsider to this school can't be shaken from my mind, so much so that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering. The door slowly creaks open as if growing from a deep sleep, though it's much easier to open than I anticipated. Leaning over and poking my head ever further inside the gate inside of the room as fast as possible, the meek hello on my lips is quickly snatched away. This is not as I was expecting. I mentally let the door open to its full extent, taking the side of the solitary figure taking center stage in the otherwise abandoned room. The situation steals my voice. leaving me standing at the doorway, staring at the beautiful girl. Evidently, having taken her time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. Hello there, may I help you? Staring directly in front of herself, the movement of her lips seems to break the silence rather than the words. However, it's the soft, measured voice that reminds me she's being separate from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I've ever laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct. Hi. Sorry for intruding, I was just kind of lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels as if it's carefully choreographed beforehand. Care to take a seat? Unexpectedly, considering that I'm shooting upon her. Thanks. I slowly step towards another seat opposite her. The girl resting the teacup and saucer on the wooden table in between. The way she doesn't track my movements with her head is telling. That, and a slight cloudiness to her eyes, means she must be at least partially blind, like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is so very different from the student council office. I take it you're a new student to Yamaku? Ah, yeah. I just transferred in yesterday. I get the distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers, accentuated by her restrained bow of greeting. One which I hasten to match before realizing the futility of the action. I'm Lily Sato. Nice to meet you. Sato. Riri Sato. Okay. Hisao Nakai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure. As much as it pains me, I can't keep step with her formality in the proceedings. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out along a shelf. A brush here, a brush there, her left hand often lightly touching the side of whichever container she's pouring into. It seems to be a process she's followed dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see around her back, she seems to use her long, dainty finger to measure the right amount of water in the cup. It's one thing to see the different disabilities the students in my class have. It's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Shizune and Misha have no problem working together to communicate to me, and Lily herself seems to have workarounds for problems I've never thought of. While I feel slightly guilty about her doing the work, she seems pleased to be following the correct process of the offerer preparing the drink. Using the finger to I feel like that is something that I'd naturally come to conclusion if I were also blind as well. It's also convenient and doesn't really make me have to like do anything weird to do that. I know I'm a pretty nosy person in that I will literally shove my nose directly just hovering above food just to sniff it, just to see if it might be good or tasty or whatnot. Like, that's just always something I always do. People find it weird, but it's just like, why don't you want to smell something new? You want to be sure before you're eating something or trying something that you're gonna like it. So, her soft voice brings me out of my silent observance. Which room were you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school. The school library. Some classmates told me it was on this floor. She finishes pouring water into the teacup as she nods, a small metallic tapping coming from the teacup indicating it's being stirred. More of Mrs. Hakamichi, as are most students. To be with them means you're in class 3-3, no? That's right. In a science room with Muto. She gives me a small giggle before sitting down the teaspoon, slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand. He's quite the character. I imagine you'll come to like him like most do. As she sets down the teacup, I gently take it and have a sip. Holy crap, she is big! If that's me, then she is. Holy fuck. I gently take it and have a sip. I'm more of a coffee person, but this seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up. It would be, yes. Slightly disrespectful, especially after she just poured the tea. I suppose more tea for her, but it would be relatively disrespectful, wouldn't it? Though I am so inept to say, I would have said immediately, just go, I don't like tea. I have tried sweet tea though, it's not so bad, but that's because it's sweet. Nonetheless, the smell is quite nice. I hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. Thanks, Sato. It tastes very nice. She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face. Lily, please, there's no need to be formal. She says this in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Oh well. I guess I should try to ask her about herself, as it really does seem as if she's catering to me. So which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes. Correct. I'm in class 3-2, which is on the third floor, same as yours. It's taught by Miyagi, and is specifically for both blind and partially blind students. Oh! So I guess it's mostly audio-based and kinetic and textile kind of thing. I know, you know, stuff like Braille and stuff, which I do not know how to read Braille. Pretty sure it's easy. You just have to learn like 26 new letters again, plus a few numbers. I don't think you need to learn lowercase of all things for Braille, do you? Because that'd be kind of fucked up. Because like it's not like there's any importance of distincting between capital and lowercase letters if you're blind or partially blind. You should just feel it, shouldn't you? But maybe that's just me. I see. I mean, so I feel like slapping myself for the faux pas. Looking at her face though, she doesn't seem to mind in the least. She doesn't seem in the least bit put off by it. I see. I mean, what's so wrong with that? I mean, I'd fucking say it, even to a blind person. It's not like it freaking matters. It's just like, oh, I see. It's just a general expression. If a blind person says I see, I'm gonna get the general message. I'm not gonna think, like, maybe if I realize it later, when at some point if they constantly say it, or, you know, at one point where they say, oh, I see, after saying something I understand, and then I just realize it. But then, I don't know, that's funny. That fuck up, I don't know. I'm being autistic again. My, there's no need to change your speech on my account. I probably would be locked up here for another reason, honestly, for being genuinely socially retarded. My, there's no need to change your speech on my account. Ah, sure, sorry, I guess I'm really showing my newness here. An environment like this would be a big change, so I can't fault you for it. Well, the same can't be said for everyone. Many have come to terms with their conditions. A category which would include her, it seems, all too ready to jump ship from this particular topic. I segue into another. That's how you spell segue? I thought it was seg, W-A-Y, like segue. You're segwaying into another topic, like segue. I don't know, is that actually, are both valid? Let me look that up. Segue, meaning. So there's that. Segue. Common misspelling of segue. Oh! Oh, so segue is the improper spelling of... I didn't know that. I immediately read it as segue, but I just took a moment to pause and think, like, what the hell? That... segue. Okay, I'll probably forget it. I'm not gonna remember to spell it like that, not gonna lie. Segue feels more intuitive, so... segue is not gonna be one of the things I'm gonna say. Unless I change my accent drastically to match the spelling. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's a really nice place. Thinking on it, this might be her version of a place behind my school that I like to have lunch at. I come here fairly often during lunch times. My duties as class representative don't leave enough time for an official club. So a friend and I use this room for having tea. Why is my nose so itchy? Class representative, huh? Compared to Shizune, her mannerisms seem to be almost entirely opposite. While Shizune, splint and fiercely driven, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. A bit refined. Very nice. Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view of the school's clubs. What kind of clubs are there to join? The more popular ones are the track and field club, which use the field near the school during lunchtimes, the baseball club, and the book field in the room near the library. There's also numerous small ones too, though, such as the art and music clubs. Art and music club, I guess, but then again, I don't want, like, the reason, there wasn't like an anime club and also arts clubs, but I wasn't gonna join either of them because the anime I watched was like stuff like Date A Life, which I was really interested in. Like, the only things I could probably say was just like, oh hey, I like Death Note and Naruto. Re:Zero I don't think had come out at that point when I was in high school, or was it? No, it was in high school, but I didn't join it because I didn't want to be known as a weeb. Which, I don't know. Are anime clubs fun? It's not like I've ever figured that out, so I don't freaking care. But I don't know. Do I want to know if I missed out on something or not? Do I want to know if I did miss out and feel awful for missing out and not having a fucking life and making friends there? I don't know. At a time when I'm just wanting to get on my feet, rushing into a club right away seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if this school shares the same rule as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club? It isn't, though it is encouraged. Ah, good, that's a relief. I've really let my guard down. Oh, okay, why on earth did I keep stuttering around this sentence even though I said it correct? I've really let down my guard around this girl for let such a thing slip out. The fact seems to slightly amuse her. Now I'll take my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking as Lily does the same. As I look over to the window over her shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room has a distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. The time's gone quickly. Sorry? Right, she's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. Seems to come as a surprise to her. I guess she must have lost track of time. I guess it might be easy to lose track of time when you don't have light to keep track of. But then again, I don't even remember hearing that blind people still have, like, light sensory organs. Our skin is sensitive to light, I think, if I remember correctly. Sorry, Hisa. I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long. I quickly moved to allay her concern. Ah, no, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think about it. It's probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had the chance, but Lily seems likely to know in any case. True, it's open until 6:30 during weekdays. A quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there. I might get going in that case. It's so nice talking with you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her. Oh man, I would like to just have a dumb conversation like this, honestly. Not that I have any friends to have those dumb conversations with. Honestly, when it comes to, like, if it wasn't at my workplace, I just, like, talk about, like, cool and neat animals and stuff that's in nature. And, well, honestly, I just, that feels so nice, just to talk about dumb crap like that, just about, like, stuff like school and, the time, just, like, I don't know. I don't understand why it was nice. I'm pretty sure we just talked about, like, the school and shit. That topic by itself is kind of boring, like, what clubs are available. Oh! I get it now. I get why the conversation seems so interesting. Alright, it's not about the topic then. Yeah, you can talk about literally anything and it'll be good then. Okay, I understand now. Why did I come to this realization from a freaking visual novel? Cool. I'm stupid. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you where the library is? I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it alright. Well, unless my navigational skills fail me. Which I seem to have a habit of doing. It's alright. I was going to be I was going to be talking to the librarian there in any case. I could introduce you. This gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, then that'd be great. Thanks. And she stands up to follow me. She takes a hold of a straight, retractable cane that had been slipped in the handle of her bag on the floor. Compared to the cane the boy in my class had, Lily's looks much more thinner and longer. His must be for support, whereas Lily's is for navigation. Together we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway to the library. On the way to the library, side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers. We slowly walk through the hallway. It doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door to the warm-looking room, apparently situated in the center of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. She gives an appreciative smile at the gesture, taking the lead as we file in. Not gonna lie, there was a funny moment where I said ladies first, and that was from a stupid, like, sports thing in gym. I didn't want to, we had to, like, play soccer and stuff, and although I was confident, everybody fucking stared at the person cooking. So it's just like, ladies first, kick, and then she immediately fucking pulled out the, what do you mean ladies first? Not this shit, this dude is really fucking doing the sexist stuff. Yeah, do you really think ladies should always come first? Nah, you should take the lead, you know? Take the lead, kick the ball. I don't want to kick the ball, you kick the ball, and I don't know, it's stupid. It's stupid fun. And I decided, alright, fine, I don't want to be accused as sexist, and honestly, this is going to be a stupid standoff, which is going to attract more attention, which I didn't want. I don't know what she didn't want, honestly, because the extra attention, I was just looking at her, I was just like, bitch, more attention is going to be drawn on us, just kick the ball, you know what, fuck it, I guess I will, fuck, let's just get this over with. So, whatever. To the left is the wooden library counter, with the library proper being on the right. Easily dwarfs my old school's library with the distinct smell of old books giving the place of an almost old-world air. There don't seem to be a lot of students here. Considering the time, it isn't a big surprise. Everyone's probably either in the school ground or the dorms. Yuko, are you there? She says it to the thin air since the librarian doesn't seem to be present. Of course, Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is that it draws a reaction. Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet wail. The origin, apparently the librarian, quickly crawls out and bounces up to extreme rigid attention. A little freckles here. Bit of a forehead. Glasses. Hi, Lily. How can I help you? Her voice is strained from a failed attempt to sound casual, and she's rubbing the back of her head. Good afternoon. What happened just now? I heard a strange sound. It's nothing, I just hit my head. See, I dropped an eraser on my desk, and while I was looking for a pencil dropped, and when I was looking for both of them, you came and surprised me. Are you alright? I'm sorry, I couldn't know. It's okay, it's okay, sorry for making you worry. This is nothing. I've had worse happen to me. She just goes to reverse Lily's apologies, almost frankly trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on a counter. Yes, worse things have happened. The girl fidgets with her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression, and then she shuffles some paper around the counter for no reason. A little shorter than Lily, repeat with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look. She seems to fit a library perfectly. Yeah. Ah, Lily, did you get my message? Message. Oh, the 2 important books that arrived. Right, they finally came! I can't believe it took so long, but... Amidst her celebration, partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure, she notices me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does. Oh no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Did you need to check out a book or return? I'm sorry. The way she can so quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling. Yeah, well, I guess that's how stuff like bipolar and crap works. I don't even care. At least most people here seem to have a physical disability more than a mental one. Because, here's the thing, you can have any physical disability in the world, and I don't feel like you'll ever truly be discriminated against. Mental illnesses just feel like something that will always be looked down upon, but then again, it's not like I'm disabled anyway. Physically anyway. And, well... And like, there isn't any sort of talk about, oh hey, you lost an arm, therefore you're gonna be slightly worth less than somebody else who has all their limbs. That stupid talk does exist, which is unfortunate. though I feel like it just doesn't exist. It's not like I've encountered it. And, you know, if anyone actually does bully someone like that, I mean, who isn't tempted to just cut off their arm yourself? Just cut off the bully's arm themselves and then see how they like being disabled and have everybody look down upon them. You know? But that's just a dark thought. Anybody who ever fucking bullies people like that obviously have fucking insecurities about how pathetic and worthless they are. Losing them tomorrow will make them feel worse and honestly hopefully push them away from being a little shit, whether through suicide and whatnot, but it's probably something that they fucking do, which sucks, but world's the world. Hey, hate it. Pleased to meet you. Hisao, right, Hisao. Nice to meet you too, Hisao. For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name on her mind so she won't forget. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Oh, yeah, that's what I kind of assumed. Like, when I heard, oh, those books finally came, and then I saw the blind, and then the blind girl was just like, are there books in Braille? Was a thought that I had, but I didn't really voice vocally. But I did have that thought. I didn't know if there were books in Braille. I feel like there would be. But would they be like in hard plastic? Because I don't feel like paper would really work, because eventually just like maybe flatten out or whatnot. Plus the wear and tear, paper isn't really that strong compared to plastic. So I can only imagine how like bulky it might be and what form it might take. But I don't know, those books might seem a bit neat. Would you like to tell Hisao a little something about the library? Lily's innocent suggestion is met with an expression of abject horror. Please, Lily, I can't. I don't know what he could be interested in. This is too much responsibility. Oh yeah, I don't know either. Throw me whatever you're interested in, I don't care. I just want to know. I'm always bored and depressed, so it doesn't matter. Has any responsibility at all? I don't get, but her objection is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second that she would rather disembowel herself on the spot and tell me where the light novels are. But... so there are a lot of books in Braille here? I attempt to save the day by asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work at least partially, as Yuko seems to not exactly relax, but at least look slightly less tense. Oh, I think about a third or a fourth of Yamaku's library is either in Braille or audio. Oh, that's so cool. Especially the audio stuff. I suck at reading. Every single time I read a fucking book, I immediately lose goddamn track. I have to, like, when I was reading Flowers or Algernon, every single time my mind immediately just wandered and was like creating fan fictions and having my own story ideas that I honestly would never freaking write, honestly, because, well, I suck at writing. I don't know even how to write. I don't even know how to communicate. Telling a story is similar to communication, and I suck with words. So it's genuinely the worst thing that I could... it's probably my worst skill in terms of anything. Like, I can make good music, I can make good art, but when it comes to writing, I suck. There's no way I could ever say that I'm good at writing. But audiobooks, they do help me keep on track. And there's like a free audiobook of Flowers for Algernon online, which I read in tandem with the book that I have on my computer. And holy crap, it's so good. And I still haven't finished it, actually. I haven't gotten around to finishing it. I got around to the part where, like, Gordon is at his meeting at the presentation. He's being displayed as a product. There's like this recent movie. I don't know what year the movie came out in, but Nemur is the name of the scientist, if I remember correctly, and he's kind of a piece of shit and constantly treats Gordon like a freaking test subject. Like, he was never human until they made him human, and even then, it's like, hey, yo, it's like, freaking, you know, he's still just a test subject. He's not human. He's a brilliant genius who can accomplish many good things for the world, but he himself is still a tool. So it's like, you know, from being like mentally, genuinely stupid. Who, you know, gets like paid like a few dollars, like not even like minimum wage, it was like $2 something a week, if I remember correctly, to just a genius who can make a lot of money and do all this stuff, but is more or less still a means to an end rather than a person himself. And he released all the mice and just like, you know, messed around with everybody and decided to just screw the presentation entirely because, well, he's being treated like a freaking, like, a toy. And then he moved, and then we met like this other person who who seems to be very promiscuous, has like sex a lot, and everything of the sort, just like having audiobooks. Although, like, you know, I'm not like blind or whatever, or can't read or I'm illiterate, it is something that does help me with reading, and I don't know what to say, but audiobooks are a bit of a godsend. I feel a bit ashamed, but then my brother told me, well, if it helps you read, then it's a good thing. It doesn't matter how you read, it's just that you actually read. You begin reading, it helps you. It's a tool to help you read. And so I suddenly stopped like feeling ashamed that I needed the resource because, well, if it gets the job done, if it actually gets the help, so long as the result's there, then it's pretty freaking good. But I'm digressing so much. That's how much I like audiobooks, despite the fact that I don't even read books beyond like Flowers of Argentine. I have read like stuff like Fate's Day Night fanfictions before, which are really interesting. So I also read like a one-shot fanfiction and whatnot, and they aren't so bad either. And actually, no, you guys know. Crap! I accidentally moved the thing by accident. But I also read that Pippa Pipkin Wedgie fanfiction. And you know, I could read that if I wanted to right now. Make another video of me just reading this guy's second fanfiction. And you know, I'm not sure how to feel about it. I'm literally looking through his stuff now. I'm getting sidetracked now. Eyes off loser. Oh, that's not a bad commission, kind of. Art, kind of. Lumi found your search history. Oh. Oh. Wow! Am I really going to read this is the big question. Will I actually read this? Truth or Wedgie? Oh my goodness. Is this truly Atomic Wedgie Girl, Wedgie Girl, Wedgie VTuber Wedgie? You know I'm fucking reading this. You know what? I'm gonna, as soon as I'm done with V Shoujo right now, there's a Philium Wedgie. This is like, it's not like I'm being commissioned this crap, not gonna lie. Which is probably why I'm having a bit more stupid fun with it. It's like the first time I encountered petrification. In the fact that people freaking, well, I should probably continue with the story and stuff, like going on super long tangents. I'm getting more sidetracked as time goes on. Makes sense given all the blind students that be here. If it's only that, how come this library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. That's probably why. And the Philly and fucking Wedgie thing is just a freaking. Oh my goodness. I can't. You know, I've seen petrification fetish, I've seen toilet transformation, I've been commissioned so many weird things. It's so troublesome and they waste so much. I wish I could quit this job. A really awkward silence follows the revelation of too much information. I'll go check the aisles then if you don't mind. It's probably best for all of us she doesn't keep talking to me. Very well. Meanwhile, Yuko, I would have those books if it's alright with you. My first impression was right. This library is surprisingly big. Ambling down the narrow aisles, I study the spines of the books in random order, occasionally sliding one out to read the blurb, taking it with me if it looks good. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. I guess I'll never be stuck for choice in here. The normality of the book sinks in. Sure, there are large print and braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is. A library. It's as if the calm mood from the room I had tea with Lily snuck in with us in here, unless it was here to begin with. Something about that puts me at ease, just like before. I reach the end of the aisle and find a collection of desks set up for study or personal reading. Going a little further, though, I discover a nice corner at the back. While the rest of the library has the odd student sitting at the desk, either reading or stealthily sleeping, the back is pretty much deserted. As I glance around, I see someone who I recognize sitting on one of the several beanbags. It's a dark-haired girl from my class, the one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. She's reading a book, keeping close to her face while making it look... which makes her look like she's really into it. The way she was acting today, I had pictured her as more of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, her mysterious disappearance from the class raises all sorts of whys in my hand. Intrigue floats around slowly but surely towards the surface, and before I knew it, I'm walking towards the mysterious long-haired girl. I guess there's no harm in introducing myself as I would with anyone else. She's a classmate, after all. Walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and lay my books beside it. The girl starts looking scaredly up at me from under her fringe. This is the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath her long, dense bangs, I can see that part of her face, at least a third, if not a half, is pretty badly scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to scars, subconsciously peeking past her hair until they meet her own eyes. For a second, I'm shocked and divert my eyes to the book in my hands, before I realize looking away probably only makes it worse. It takes too many seconds to collect myself and remember what I walked up to her for. Save. Accessibility, deja vu, sans, open the dyslexic. High contrast. I wonder what they do look like. You know what? Sure, why not? Open the dyslexic, deja vu, sans. High contrast. No, that's a bit. Self-voicing, enable. Oh, self-voicing?
Self-voicing enabled.
Never mind.
Self-voicing disabled.
Then there's a default font. It's a bit more stylized. Nah, I think I'll go with the default then. Screw it. I just like this font. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to style you. Hi, I'm new here. He's Saul and that guy. We're in the same class. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to start you. I think I'd probably just, do this. Sorry, I didn't mean to start you. It's okay. The girl certainly doesn't look like it's okay, but I let it slide. So, do you mind if I sit here? She seems to be very uncertain whether it's okay or not for me to sit, but she finally nods, just a little. Okay. I take a seat next to her and she hides herself behind her book. Life of P... Oh, I thought it was like continuing... I thought it was like a little cutoff. Life of Pi. Never heard of it. You mean 3.14157 yada yada yada. So, sorry again for startling you. Peace out. She looks up from her book, stalling a little before replying. No. We are in the same class. Her speech is stilted and so quiet that it's barely audible even in the still library. So I think that my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako. I'm Hanako. I resist the urge to say that's a nice name just to have something to say, but really it's the only thing that I can think of. I feel like an idiot. Everyone here must be used to being different to each other, and here I am being all bothered and fussed about that kind of thing. Now let me interrupt your reading. I'll just check these books if you don't mind. She nods a little and sighs a little sigh of relief. Peanuts. So I try to read the covers and the introductions of books I picked up, and she buries her face in the book. uncomfortable silence consumes us. My eyes still wander toward that direction. I sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. After a while, I realize she's doing the same and only pretending to be immersed in life of Pi. Her gaze is not inquisitive at all, though. It darts around like a scared rabbit. When her gaze is finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable. She stands up forcefully from the beanbag and takes a deep breath. I gotta go this way! Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her hair-like takeoff catches me so off guard that I don't manage to go after her until she has a good head start. By the time I reach the counter, she's nowhere to be seen. Lily and Yuko are happily chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you see or notice a girl run past here? Maybe. What did she look like? Long dark hair, kinda shy. She had, well, some scars on her face. You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you? Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something. Oh dear. Yuko, would you excuse me? I'd better try and find her. Sure. I'll just hold on to these until you come back. What's going on? I'm sorry, but I'll have to explain to you some other time. Right, I'll see you later then. Lily hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong? What did you do? Nothing! I was just looking for some books and then she got this fit and ran off. The most offending thing I could think of was that I might have looked at her general direction a few times. Well, she is a very timid girl. I have to be very careful around her. She can be very jumpy, I think. She's not accustomed to talking with other people. Isn't that a bit strange? No, it's not. I wonder, it's just how she is, I think. Yeah, but it's hard to fucking talk. It's not like... It's not like there are many interesting people to talk to anyway. Oh. Oh yeah, now I remember why I didn't like talking. It's because you could just figure out what they're like anyway just by the conversations they have with others, not necessarily you. So it's not like you even have to talk, you just have to like go, yeah. But as my brain has dulled more and more, I need to talk more to figure other people out. Which is amazing, because, you know, the more stupider I am, the more open to talking I am. Which I've noticed ever since I started learning how to talk more and more. That is genuinely the thing I feel. Yuko doesn't sound all that convincing, then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone has their own problems or else they wouldn't be here. But how should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly casual only makes me feel phony. Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yuko fidgets, looking like she wants to say something to that, but she resists it. I think it's an elephant only if you feel that way. Guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. I see a smile and she blushes heavily. What? Did that sound stupid? No, it sounded really wise. Guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us have anything to add, so Yuko fills in the silence by shuffling some papers around. You have papers on their desks, really like doing that. Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, this library should be closing, but I have to do it. I hope that's not too inconvenient for you. Oh yeah. I want some books, but I left them over there because I just go and get them. I fetched my second books from inside of beanbags where Hanako and I were sitting and returned to the counter. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprised myself with that too, honestly. At least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I just kind of started reading books to fill that time. Couldn't do much else. I see. She doesn't say anything else, it just checks out my books for me. I guess this is what they call tact. Not that I have any. Holding library books with one arm, I trawl my pocket for the key to the door. A sudden sound from behind me startles me, making me nearly drop the books I'm carrying or the key that I almost managed to get into the lock. Who is it? I turn around to see who's talking to me. It's Kenji. He seems to be in a friendly mood, although the light glinting off his glasses in the dark gives him a sinister look. It's just me. This makes him pause and lick his lips nervously. Who is me? I don't know anyone called me. Are you some new guy again? His voice is suddenly strained and quick. Yes, but we've met before. Yesterday. I don't think so. I would remember someone who I met only yesterday. When was that? What day is it today? Look, I did take a fucking long ass break from playing this game, but give me a break. I try to ignore him. Is he joking or what? Who's that we've met before? You live across the hall. You're Kenji. Kenji jumps back, his eyes filled with an uncomprehending fear. How do you know my name? Damn, this can only mean one of two things. Either we have met, and you are telling the truth, and I just can't remember it, or you are a spy. He pauses. A psychic spy. His eyes stutter around me, trying to peek into my room, although it's hard to believe he can see anything through those thick glasses. His mood swung from friendly to manic in less than a minute. I'm not psychic. How do I know that? I'm not a mind reader. Kenji points a finger in my face damningly. Unlike you! Stop that, man. We've met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room. Lies. If you think I'm past this Hisao because I'm legally blind, you are sorely mistaken. You don't even look like him. I mean, the resemblance is real slim. Maybe at a distance, but who do you think you're kidding? I want to grab him by the shoulders and shake him. Exasperated, I rub my eyes and let out a heavy sigh. Stay there. Kenji comes closer, one step at a time. I stay still, lest he assault me physically. Although I doubt he could do so much damage even if he did. Oh wait, I see it now. Damn, it really is you. Sighing again, then once again for good measure, I step backwards just in case. What's up, man? You don't look too good, I think. Something wrong? I don't know, I just had something stupid to happen to me. A few stupid things, actually. Even if you discount this one. I can get a proper touch on other people here, and I have no idea if it's because of me or because of them. I don't know why I'm telling this to Kenji. It's not like we had any contact either. That's rough, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry about calling you a psychic spy and all, but you can never be too careful. It's a hard reality we live in. Why the hell do I constantly change my accent whenever I stutter? I either stutter my words, stutter my accent, or stutter my pronunciation, and it's so goddamn weird. I'm slowly starting to think that Kenji isn't necessarily living in the same reality as the rest of us. You see, this is how it is, this world. There's no justice, you see. Even when I lose, I win, because I don't lose the lesson. What does that even mean? It doesn't matter. He dismisses it flatly with a wave of his hand. So what happened? Why the long face? Do you have a long face? Do I have a long face? I don't know. I don't look in a mirror often. It's nothing. I just scared off some girl accidentally. Literally, too. She actually ran away from me. Was it my fault, really? I think... Was my fault, really, I think. I'm not really used to all this yet. A girl? A cute one. Cute? That's a hard question. She had a nice body and really beautiful hair. But the face... Guess it could go either way. I mean, she was cute. I mean, I guess the scars would make someone look ugly, but I've never been particularly bothered by that. Like, if it looks like a giant rash, like an itchy rash or something, or painful, then it might hurt to look at, but... Her demeanor was cute. The way she jumped like a rabbit was cute. She could be seen as cute. So, she was cute. Yeah, cute, I guess. I knew it! There are a lot of cute girls here, a strangely disproportionate amount. I believe this is one of the dark secrets of the school. I tried to warn you, man, but did you listen? I don't remember any such warning. Me neither, because I haven't played this game in forever, nor do I remember much of this minor details here. Also, that is actually a good point. Why are there so many good-looking girls here? All of them are designed to look good. Of course, that's just how the visual novels are supposed to work, but you know. Dark secrets? Yes, dark secrets. Extremely dark, like a black hole. I mean, it's not like you can get away with, like, generic Joe as a protagonist. Or no, not as a protagonist, as like a important character. A good writer might, but most people can't. Have you noticed that the number of girls in the school is slightly but significantly higher than the number of boys? It's like 60-40. He turns his head to the left and stares off in the distance at nothing. Why is it like this? I mean, to the untrained eye, it doesn't appear to be that bad, but that is a full 20%. Okay, yeah, it was. I thought to myself, 50%. I always have like 50% in my head. I would think that a school with such a huge pool of women would be a man's dream, but no. What I'm about to tell you could blow your mind. Are you ready? I don't know where this is going, but I think I won't be missing much by cutting it out now. No, I am not ready. Yeah, as far as turning the doorknob, before Kenji starts talking and showing you that he doesn't really care if my mind is blown or not, I believe that this school is a battleground. The site of a feminist infiltration. What? This disparity in the number of men to women is a clear sign of how far they have come. In case this Cold War turns hot, they will have superiority in numbers. It's another skirmish in an eternal war against the forces of the feminists. They're everywhere. In Japan, women outnumber men. It's not a 60-40 split, but it's only a matter of time, man. Even in America, women are a majority by a hair. They're building up their numbers. In the past, the buildup of a military has always been the clear sign of an imminent war. Japan is just a first step. Our economy is badass. And the country itself is small and isolated, yet a huge part of the Pacific is... What the fuck is this, Kenji? Kenji, are you okay? A perfect target. They are so cunning, as expected of women. Soon the day will come when... Kenji's voice trails off ominously. That's why you can't trust them. They'll string you along and then kill you, just as they killed me. You'll end up just like me. Oh, hell no. I can't stop myself from blurting it out. Hey, what the hell does that mean? You said it, not me. It's the best I can think of. So you're not supposed to say something like that. Damn, that's so rude. Where was I? Oh yeah, vast feminist conspiracy. Stop it, stop. I lost you way back there somewhere. Somewhere around feminist infiltration. Too hard to follow? It's cool. I have some graphs and stuff in my room and puppets. You like puppets? No puppets. You don't like puppets? Okay. Graphics are still cool though, right? He speaks energetically, responding almost before I'm done talking, moving his hands in an animated way as he continues to rant on. This is too strange. I had pegged them as relatively normal, but it's clear I was wrong. Something on your mind, dude? Just thinking about what it's like to be the last sane man in the sane world. Wait, was he sane the first time? I feel like I remember him somewhat. But I'm guessing the reason why this is the way that it is he probably suffers from schizophrenia or whatever. Or something, which is sad. But I mean, he seems to be doing alright for now. Kenji frowns, looking deeply upset. I don't know why this took so much energy out of me. What the hell? I'm just talking and reading a visual novel. And having plenty of things to talk about. He seems like an interesting character. Still would be friends. He might be frustrating to deal with if he were a real person, but, you know? Actually, no. If I'm tired, I just want to read some books, and then he comes in out of nowhere, and... you know, it tells me about a feminist conspiracy and it brings up graphs 60-40% split about something I don't even care about, like have fun by yourself, then I probably would get mad too. But then again, it's like I always have my own thing to do and tend to keep to my own anyway. So... what the hell, can't there be two last semen? It would invalidate that whole last part. And that part is kind of important. There can only be one, like in that forum movie where there can only be one. In the end, there's only one dude left, because that was the point. I have never seen anyone talk so heatedly and so defensively about absolutely nothing before. Buddy, I don't think you've met me or some of the people I've met. I have gone off about literally nothing important that nobody cares about, but then again, it's not like anybody cares about others. You have to appeal to them first and foremost, which sucks, but whatever. Anyway, if you wait here, I can get my graphs. I also have a list of other dark and complex conspiracies that the school holds, such as Tinkles as. Quick, finish my analogy for me. Be a pal. I'm going to bed now. It's extremely late. That doesn't sound like an analogy, but whatever. I like you. You seem like a cool dude. Most people don't understand what I'm talking about when I try to explain the vast feminist conspiracy. Then that's a horrible thing. Later. He clasped me on the back and the manages in the room so quickly and quietly, like he didn't even open the door, but instead walked right through it like a ghost. I don't know if I can fully digest what just happened, so I give up and just go to my room, kicking off my shoes before falling face first into bed. It takes me some time to relax and get up so I can start on my homework. It's because the sheets are cool and comfortable against my cheeks that it feels good just lying there with my eyes closed. This school is like some kind of bizarre and surreal island. It's isolated on top of a mountain, and each person's stranger than the last. I just can't seem to fit in. What irony. One would think that fitting in such a place that's made for people who are unfit for anywhere else would be easy. Maybe I'm trying too hard. Although I say that, it doesn't help take the edge off, and the words are left echoing off my empty walls. I guess it's not as bad as I expected, though. This place really is more a school and less a hospital, pretending it's a school than I thought it'd be. If nothing else, the scenery is beautiful. I open one eye, seeing school books and bottles of pills arranged side by side on my desktop. Maybe this place is too much like a Maybe this place is too much like a normal school after all. And I'll probably call it a day now. I will save here, and whatever happens, happens. What an interesting game. It is a fun game. But... oh. It's just gonna jump straight to my Steam? Okay then. If I close the game, it just automatically jumps to screen capturing my Steam instead of the VTube Studio. That's neat. That's awesome. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This took surprisingly longer than the last episode. I kept it to near 1 hour last time, I think. But yeah, I don't know why the hell that took so much energy out of me, just like reading all that and just going on just talking about stuff that I also know I'm interested in. Not that it even matters, but I hope you guys enjoyed still. I'm pretty sure I said that again, but hey, ain't one of my videos if I don't fucking make myself awkward. Have a good day. Bye. Maybe see you guys in the next part if I ever do get around to recording that.